The company, which controls parking at Wales' largest hospital, says claims that staff had run up unpaid tickets amounting to millions of pounds are totally untrue. Last week, Indigo won a test case at Cardiff Civil Court against 78 NHS workers who had more than 2,000 parking tickets between them. Campaigners backing the staff have raised thousands of pounds to keep on fighting their case. But one NHS worker has told us he'll have to sell his home to pay the fines. More now from Nick Pallett.
With thousands of staff and patients driving onto this site every day, parking is at a premium. Staff at the Heath get a discounted daily rate of £1.05 a day. But many say there's just not enough of those spaces, and some say they've been forced to park in unauthorised areas. That's led to fines and court cases for unpaid fines. On Friday, a group of nurses and other health workers lost their test case. During the publicity surrounding these parking cases, there were reports that fines could run into millions of pounds and that some staff would even have to sell their homes to pay the fees. But the parking company Indigo say that's just not true. They claim last week's court case involving 78 health workers related to just over 2,000 unpaid tickets. They say the average claim against these individuals is around £3,000. But they also say there are still another 14,000 outstanding parking tickets that they'll now be pursuing. But James, not his real name, disputes those figures. He wants to remain anonymous, but says he and his partner, who have 30 years NHS experience between them, have 80 to 100 tickets each. They say through no fault of their own.
Our shift's 12.5 hours, but the parking ticket will only cover you for a 12-hour period of time. I think there's about 27 different little car parks everywhere. Some are exclusive to certain members of staff, so you can't park in there. And if you do park in there, you'll end up with a parking charge. We have things around about 80 to 100 tickets each, so nearly 200 tickets. That's about £25,500 between the pair of us. We bought our home a couple of years ago, and now it's basically going to be taken off us because we're going to have to sell it to pay all these fines. There's no other way. You know, nobody's got a magic money tree in their garden.
And you were doing jobs that were saving people's lives?
Yeah, essentially, yes, yeah. I mean, I can't divulge too much about my partner, but her job is very serious. She works a lot of on-call, you know, helping in emergency situations. You know, she'll come in and she'll leave and she'll have a parking ticket on her car at 3 o'clock in the morning. At what point do you have time in an emergency situation to go and get a parking ticket before you save this patient's life? It's a disgrace.
The issue has now reached the Senedd, and First Minister Carwyn reminded AMs why parking control on this site in Cardiff was vital.
There had been a death on the site, partially due to illegal parking, partially due to the traffic flow going through the site. Some 16,000 traffic moves go through UHW at the moment. And it is right that there's proper enforcement of illegal and unsafe parking.
But the plight of doctors and nurses fined for parking at work has struck a chord with the public. Donations to a fighting fund to appeal against the fines has already reached more than £3,500.